Hi, welcome back to the lab. Okay, today we're going to cover Cisco Packet Tracer. This particular lesson is on the lab for 1.5.3.5. Okay, the area of coverage is create a cyber world. Okay, the focus is to go through some of the network configuration for security, right? So we will do some of the basic configuration such as FTP server, web server, email server, DNS server, NTP server, and AAA server. So a quick part on doing this packet tracer, right? So you will see this particular screen that we open up the packet tracer after you have opened up for the first time, right? So in order to go into a system, right? Okay, if you take a look here, in this activity, you will need to do all this configuration. You want to click on this Metropolis Bank HQ, right? So in order to go in, you will have to go here and click this one. For example, this one, right? We go in and click this one. Okay, so this one goes into the Metropolis Bank HQ. If we want to get back to the original screen that we came from, we just need to go to the top right corner and click this button, go back one level. Okay, that allows you to switch between this top level screen and the screen that we come inside here. Okay, so if we let's start look at the lab itself. For part one, we want to configure FTP, right? So that is the step one. Let's go and take a look at the step one, right? We are supposed to activate a FTP services, right? And then we need to go to we are inside Metropolis Bank HQ, right? Then we go to the service and click on FTP server. This is FTP server, okay? And then after which we need to create several accounts, Bob, Mary, and Mike, each with a password of Cisco123, and provide the full access of all of them. So we need to turn on the FTP services, create the account, and all the accounts should have the full services. Okay, let's go and do this now. Okay, we go to the FTP server. We go to services. We look at FTP service, right? Currently is off, right? FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It allows you to store and receive files. So we go in and switch on this one, right? And we want to key in username. So that's the first one. Bob. Password is Cisco123, right? And then we want to enable all the read-write access. Then add. Okay. Not only one we want to do Bob, we want to do add Mary, Cisco123. Okay. Then we want to add Mike, M-I-K-E. Okay. Cisco123. Okay, add. Then we want to add all the permission. Okay. So that allows you to have all the account to do things. Okay, so that is the first part, right? So what we can do is, can we try out this thing? Okay, it is possible, but do we know what IP address is this machine? Okay, at this point in time, we can check on the original list. Okay, we go back to the activity right at the top. You can see that FTP server is this particular IP address, 10.44.1.54.254. So we can go to this machine, Sally, right? Go to desktop. Okay, you can, is there a FTP client? Okay, there aren't any FTP client, right? Can we go to a command prompt and type FTP 10.44.1.254, enter. Okay, it allows you use it as a client to connect to just now the FTP server. So just now what we use as a client? We use Bob as a username, right? Bob, and then password is Cisco123, enter, right? And we are log in, right? See, log in nicely. Then we can ls, right? Or dir. Okay, it allows you to list the files inside there. Okay, so this shows that the FTP server is set up successfully, right? Because I've logged in using a newly created account with a password and be able to list the directory. Okay, next, let's go back to the server machine. Go to the next portion. Okay, web. Okay, configure the web server. Okay, you want to go within the same thing, but to the FTP and web server, and go to the HTTP services. Switch on both HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, and then take a look. Okay, then we go to, okay, just now Sally web browser and browse and take a look on the machine. So let's do that. Okay, we go to HTTP, which is here right at the top. Switch on HTTP and switch on HTTPS. Okay, and then we go to Sally again. Now we close this, right? We go to browser. Take a while to load. Okay, sorry. Let's go to Sally again. Okay, so here goes, right? So we can type in HTTP, right? Then, okay, what does it say? It asks you to go to, first of all, www.cisco.corp, enter. You don't see anything. Okay, this doesn't see anything because the domain server is not running. Your DNS is not running. So after we configure that, then we come back and take a look again. Okay, but now you can put in, instead of that, you can put in 10.44.1.254. Okay, so you can see the web page. Okay, so this is how it is. Let's go back to just now the server, right? Server has some other page inside there. Okay, so typically when you go into a server, typically it goes to, if it's Apache server, it's index.html. So you see, let me put in here index.html. Okay, it's exactly the same. Okay, so you can go over to some other web page, for example, hello world.html. Okay, prove to you that this is the server that's working. Hello world. Okay, no, hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, so this is to prove that the thing is running, or file hosting.html. So file hosting, file hosting.html. For capital letter F, hosting.html. Okay, so this allows you to see all the various files inside there, right? Okay, good. So that proves the web server is operationally and nicely. Okay, so the question just now over here was, why just now you cannot do? Okay, we still need the IP address and not a fully qualified domain name. Okay, because currently the DNS server is not running. Okay, so next we want to go in and activate the DNS server. So DNS server is another machine, right? It's an email DNS server. Okay, let's go to the email DNS server. Okay, so we go to services. Okay, and DNS. Okay, it's not switched on, so we want to switch on. Okay, now we want to add in the domain name. Okay, for both record, right? What they want to add here, they say add in two record, one record for email, one record for web. Okay, so over here the name, we put in www, which is host name, cisco.corp. Okay, and the address for it is 10.44.1.254. Then we add. Okay, the other one is email.cisco.corp. Okay, we add in the address is 10.44.1.253. Okay, we add. Okay, so we have an email and a web server. Okay, so we switch on this portion already. Now, if you go back to Sally, let's close this, right? And you go to command prompt. Okay, to exit, it doesn't take the typical command, so we have to use Ctrl+C to exit from here. So, what we need to do is we can ping, right? Originally, can ping 10.44.1. For the web page 254, right? So we also can ping www.cisco.corp, right? So the domain, this proves that the domain server is working, right? Now, by doing this, I also can go to the web browser. A bit slow. Okay, bear with me. Then I can cisco.corp. Okay, now you can see that the domain server is running properly. Okay. Okay, let's close and then let's move on, right? To the next part. We want to configure the email server. Let's configure the email server. Okay. So which is this? This is the email server. Go to the email part, right? Next, we want to put in a domain, right? cisco.corp. Please remember you need to put in the set, right? You need to press this set button, or else later we will try to send an email, right? Without this set button press, the email will not go through. So you need to press the set button. And we need to turn on the SMTP service and POP service. This is the email sending. Okay, send email. This is to receive email. Okay, send email and receive email. Okay, so we want to create some email account here. So we call first one is field, right? And then the password is Cisco123. We want to just copy, right, and then add, and create another one. Sally, paste, add, right? Then we have Bob, paste, add. Okay, Dave, paste, add, right? And then Mary, paste, add. Tim, paste, add. And Mike, paste, add. So it allows you to create quite a number of email. Okay, so this is so far the email server. Okay, next we go to Sally machine again. So go back to Sally, right? And we want to use the email client to do the create account. So let's go to Sally. In Sally, then Sally at cisco.corp. Incoming email is email.cisco.corp. This is also email.cisco.corp. Username is Sally. Password is just Cisco123. Okay, save. Okay, so that is done for the Sally part. And it asks you to do for Bob as well. So we go to the other machine. This is Bob. Okay, Sally is in Office 1, Bob is in Office 2. Okay, desktop, email, go to Bob, right? B-O-B, here, capital letter. Okay, then just give me a minute, let me go back to Bob. Okay, email is bob@cisco.corp. Incoming is email.cisco.corp. email.cisco.corp. Username is Bob. Password is Cisco123. Save. Okay. Now we can compose an email, right, to Sally@cisco.corp. Remember now we are at Bob, right? We want to send to Sally and we say, "Hi Sally, this is Bob." So I just send, right? So this is successfully done. You can see at the bottom, right? Send email to Sally. Hi. Okay. DNS been resolved properly, and then send successfully. Okay. Then we can go to Sally's computer. Then you can see, oh, nothing is here. Okay, never mind. Just click receive. See? Receive email from Bob. Okay, good. So far, everything is working nicely, right? Everything comes with username and password. Okay, next thing, we want to do NTP. Okay, NTP stands for Network Time Protocol. Okay, allows you to do synchronization with all the routers and switches. Okay, so we go to NTP. This is NTP. Double click on this one. Services. We go to NTP and we want to switch on the NTP, right? That's what the activity wants you to do. And it says, okay, configure key 1 with the password Cisco123. So we want to enable this key 0. Then we can put in a 1. And password is Cisco123. Okay, so that's a network time protocol. We shall not go through the client side because you'll be very long-winded, and this particular packet tracer may not allow me to go in and configure from the client side. Later part of the lab, they will have another one that allows you to do this. Okay, so this client side will not be able to test out. Okay, we will do it in the later part of the part of it. Okay, so next thing is the AAA, similar for AAA, right? Yeah, the AAA, the router will be able to test out, but the not for the network time protocol at this point in time. Okay, so we go to AAA. AAA stands for authentication, authorization, and accounting. Okay, so we want to switch on the service. Okay, we want to have a client. Okay, so we switch on. With radius port. Okay, for this case, this AAA is a radius. We want to configure the client name as HQ underscore router. Okay, then IP address is 10.44.1.1. Okay, the secret is Cisco123. Okay, then we want to configure the admin account. We need to add this thing first. Radius. Radius. Of course, there is a TCAT. That's the other type. Okay, so for this point in time, we are using radius. Okay, username is admin. Okay, the password is Cisco123 at. Okay, because the router is being blocked, so we are not be able to do the login for this particular part and the NTP as well. Okay, it will be coming lab that will cover the rest of the other things. Okay, but so once you have all these things configured, you should see a completion of 94 upon 94. If you check the result over here, you will see that all the item has been configured properly. Okay, great. So that is all for this particular lab. Thank you for coming to this particular lab. We will see you in the next coming lab. Please subscribe and add in the bell button for this particular YouTube video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.